Yo, YouTube, we're back again with another little video. Guys, I want to thank you, like always, for the support, for the love on the videos that I've been dropping lately. Like I said, guys, my channel, man, is really just to give back and educate based on what I know, what works. Um, and I continue to want to do that. So today we had another video, but this is a different one. So this is from one of my homies, DeezyProd. He's playing Apex after not playing for a while. And usually, I like to teach and show, you know, what to do in situations, what not to do in situations. And I've usually shown it more so from a gold, platinum, and above level. But this is going to be a little bit different because he hasn't played in a while. But DZ Prod and I both got masters together, and he got it a couple times without me as well. And so he has experience at a high level. He has knowledge of the game at a high level. He just hasn't played in a while, and he just hasn't been able to kind of like exercise those things like that. So this is his first day kind of getting back into it. And we're going to talk about some things that went right. We're going to talk about some things that could have been better and some things that went wrong. And hopefully, like I said, we can learn from this together. Take some things into what you guys are doing at whatever level you guys are at right now. There's a lot of you that maybe are around the silver to gold level who you don't really know how to see things the right way yet, right? Maybe it's your first season playing, maybe it's your second season playing, second split, and you're trying to get better, you're trying to learn, you're trying to grow, but you just don't know really how to do that, what to see. How should the games look, right? And so we're going to kind of talk about those things today. So let's just kind of get into it. So we're starting right here at that 7 squad mark. Um, Loadout right now is a Havoc Sentinel, right? So right now the Havoc's been a great gun for a long time. I'm not gonna lie to you. But what he's doing here is he's pairing the Havoc medium close range weapon. It's not so much a long range weapon. It's more so a medium range to long range weapon. It's a great gun to use. If you guys aren't really good with the recoil control of that gun, I would highly suggest getting better with it because it's a great gun to use. Really does a lot of damage, and right now he's pairing it with a Sentinel. So top weapons right now in Apex, in terms of long range are, Sentinel, Longbow, Scout if you get it out the care package. And I advise you guys to work on your aim, work on your long range game. As you can tell right here, right, he's not doing any type of weird pairing with his weapons, right? So he's not doing double R9s or double Volt. He's not doing double ARs. He's doing something that works. He's playing on a map like E District. E District has a lot of fights that can happen from long range. So having a Sentinel or a Sniper is great. When guys get in that medium to close range, he's got his Havoc ready to go, right? So let's just kind of get into it, kind of break it down, right? So right here, you're going to notice something. So I always talk about this, right? Separating yourself from the players around you. What you're going to notice here is he's got his teammates that are right here. They're not in the building with him. He understands from being a player of a high level that high ground um, is number one, right? He understands high ground is where you want to be, right? What's the point of sniping if you're not going to be on high ground trying to take advantage of guys on low ground or from distance, right? You can't see anything if you're on low ground and you're sniping. So kudos to him for knowing that. So he gets up here, charges it up. One thing you guys need to know is the Sentinel can use cells to charge up. It increases the damage, which is highly what you need. All right, so it's both his teammates go down here. Now, he does a great job here already trying to be able to say, okay, let me target identify, see where these guys are. Great 158. See what I mean? Charged up Sentinel, 158 off the rip. So what does this do? This gives this team the the cue that somebody's hitting their shots, right? And they're scared. Now they're panicking. And it's going to allow him to have more time to be able to operate. So 158 on somebody is going to make that guy say, I need to stop and heal. Now, this is where I always talk about making a 1v1v1 type of situation. You take one guy out of the fight. Now you got another guy. Now you can handle him. Now you got another guy. You can handle him. You don't want to take three guys at once coming at you. It's not how you want to do it. Him having high ground gives him the opportunity to be able to be a harder target to one get to. On top of the fact that he's hitting those massive shots, it's hard for this team to cover the distance now. So let's see what happens. Right. So Valk flies up, tries to make a play. He understands that the teams are coming in. He's doing damage to this guy. Now what he chooses to do here is think steps ahead. So he's putting his ult down here to be able to create that 1v1 situation that I always keep talking about. He puts the ult down at the stair or at the rope to now give himself really two points of contact to be able to worry about. He knows there's a Valk on the team, so the Valk can only come up from like one or two ways. The Valk can either fly up from up top, which is going to be bad for her, or she can approach from here, right? He knows that, and so that's why he put his ult down early. Now, see, he's focusing on this area, right? Making sure his weapons are loaded, and he's not rushing to jump off of this building to res his teammates. That's an important key here. See, because he's Newcastle, his teammates would want him to be stupid like them, and they would want him to jump down here and try to res him. But if he does that, he gives up height. Whether the team is bad or good doesn't matter. Making the right decision is what matters. So he stays on height, doesn't worry about his teammates because they're down. They're not in the game. No need to rush how you play for the game. Let the game play how you play. So he's just gathering information, putting in shots, gets one knock already off the rip. No audio on this guy, right? Doesn't panic. No audio on this guy. Reloads, takes his time, and look at the hip fire with the controller. And then squad wipe, right? This is what you guys want to be doing, right? Didn't panic. Didn't, because look, most guys in this situation, after getting the knock here, they're so focused on getting that knock that they lose all like bearing and control within their gameplay. And so one thing you're gonna notice here is a lot of players would have panicked and switched out to their secondary gun. But look at this. His secondary gun is a sniper. Instead, he confidently goes, I'm going to reload the better weapon in this situation, right? What did I say earlier? The Havoc is great from medium range to close range. So he takes his time and confidently says, I'm going to move around, I'm going to bob and weave, and I'm going to make sure that this guy has to do more damage to me than I do to him. So if he doesn't, by the time I reload, I'm going to kill him. That's his mindset. And so he knows, right? The Havoc hip fire on controller is where you want it. This guy's panicking. He missed two to three shots. Now all you got to do is just hip fire and then line it up, and then that's it, right? So at this point, like I said, he has 1,400 damage.
Hey,
and
listen, y'all wouldn't die. Like
he's got a respawn beacon on both his teammates. Now you're gonna hear his teammates say something here. Let's go back to it.
hey,
Oh, so his teammates didn't say anything here.
Die. Like
His teammates didn't say anything here, but this is one thing you have to notice.
Listen, y'all wouldn't die.
One thing you got to know here. This is why you have to separate yourself from bad players, right? So, and I say this all the time, no matter what rank you're in, what level you're in, separate yourself from bad players, right? Make the smart decisions. Don't play for them and how they want you to play. That's how you level up faster and win fights. Always remember, the majority of the player base is going to stay at a low level, right? They're not going to be anything, sadly, more than sometimes being in the rank that they're in right now. A lot of these guys aren't going to probably get out of silver. A lot of these guys will barely make it to gold, and they might not ever get out of really gold. And if they do, it's going to be towards the end of the season when they finally hit platinum. Those are the
Where
guys
you
you have
fighting
to
over here so we
separate
can probably
yourself
get a
from,
shot on some.
right? So right now, there's 2 squads left, and you can see DeezyProd is making his way towards where he hears gunfire. Like I said, you look at where he's at, right? He's keeping height, taking his time. I mean, he's lining these shots up, right? Now, one thing I would do here is heal all the way, but he's not really paying attention to that. But I would have healed up all the way here. Um, he's going towards the edge here to try to make something happen. Another one-on-one shot. I mean, these are great shots with the sniper. I mean, you can't get any better than that, right? So he's trying to put a little pressure on these guys, and trying to see if he can get an opportunity to just kind of end this team. Takes his time. Another good shot. Another good shot. Taking his time. Keeping himself looking forward so he can still try to gather information. He's running low on ammo here. All right, so now I'm pretty sure he's gonna go and try to take height. Right? Yep, he's gonna go try to take height. Right, so he's not gonna get too fixated and stay back there and look. So his teammate got a knock. So his teammate got a knock, which is great. Now he's noticing where these guys are. So now this guy's in the open. All he has to do is hit his shots here.
Yeah, let's run, little rabbit.
Good shot. Oh, you gotta hit that. Good knock. Good knock.
Lovely.
Got 4 shots left. Great shot with the Sentinel. I mean, he's hitting great shots, right? After not being able to play in a long time. And one thing you're gonna notice about DZ, even him not playing in a long time, he's still very disciplined, right? You know, most guys after getting damage would have just tried to just jump off and send these guys. But even if it's one guy, stay disciplined, right? Stay disciplined. Don't play reckless, because if you get used to playing reckless, even when it's one guy, you know, you might make a mistake and that guy might kill you in a higher lobby because you're so used to just doing that. He's staying disciplined, holding height, no need to move in when you got long range capabilities, right? And just get the kill, right? Easily. Right? Easy. Right? And look at that.
Come on,
Right?
guys.
Butter him up.
Come
See
on,
that?
guys. Come on, guys.
Being able to just put great shots into guys, right?
See, that's the beauty of long range right there. It's just gorgeous.
And so you look
It's
at
gorgeous stuff.
the damage output here, right? Compared to his teammates, and I'm pretty sure he's got way more than them.
The long range.
Right? Sends them into gold. Let's kind of take a look at the scoreboard here, right?
That be of the goodness.
So yeah, so see, look at the scoreboard. Right? I know we're in silver lobbies, right? We get that. But it doesn't matter, right? You know, if you can't stand out amongst your teammates, you know, it doesn't matter what lobby you're in. Him not playing for a long time and him being able to come in and drop 2k damage, right? 5 kills, you know, is great because it shows where kind of where his base is, right? It shows, okay, this is where you are when you can do this much right now. Now, let's look at maybe another game where maybe it didn't go so well and maybe what he could do to improve, right?
I feel like this is a spot, kind of a highly drop spot too.
All right, so I think they're gonna have guys here. All right, so E District can be a little bit spicy because there's a lot kind of going on, and if you don't know the map very well, it can be very difficult to navigate. So right here, he doesn't see the guy in front of him, right? But he does a good job here of trying to say, okay, I got 2 controller legends on my team. Let's try to make this work. Actually, they got 3, really. I mean, one guy goes down. He baits the res. Team Ant goes down as well. Now he might be able to do something here. There's gas going on. It's a great knock. Now, if this is me, I'm going for the res on my teammate. Controller gets stuck with the... He got stuck a little bit here, right? He got stuck a little bit. Trying to slide on controller, it's hard to do because you got to click the stick in. Yeah, so here, after I get the first knock, if I'm him, I'm getting the res on one of my teammates. So after I get this knock, I'm going for the Watson that's over here, and I'm bringing her to the staircase that's behind me. I'm gonna let this gas do what it's supposed to do. And if this lifeline right here goes for the res on her teammate, so be it, right? Now I got 2 guys up, and now we can kind of reset. That's what I would have done here. But like I said, you know, he was looking for the opportunity here to try to do something, and it just didn't work out that way, right? Let's look at one more game, kind of see what was going on.
They added a lot of.
All right, so right now he has a 30-30 and a Havoc. Okay, his teammates go down here. All right, so right now he's Crypto, right? So he's kind of switching up characters. I would heal, right? So right here, he takes damage. I would heal, right? Take my time and I would heal. Right here, I'm healing. I'm healing. His mistake, in my opinion, is not healing right here. Good down. Now let's heal, right? Let's heal. He's not healing.
Oh, he was full health.
So this is why taking your time in the beginning would have helped, right? So he gets up here and takes damage from the fuse. I would have healed. If he had healed here, he would have been he would have had enough HP to possibly kill the Gibby that dropped out. Right? So if he had full healed here, he wouldn't have took that much damage.
Oh, he was full health. That's another squad coming.
Right, so now they might lose this, right? Yeah, so they lost this, right? And like I said, it's a little bit of mistakes here. Right, just a little bit of mistakes here.
More ammo. Oh no.
So right here, that's a good drill. He just didn't have enough HP. He would have won that if he had enough HP.
Oh no.
So he did the right thing by staying in it. He tried to stay in it long enough to fight it. But if you notice here, like his teammates were nowhere by him. So he had to have either repositioned somehow or won this somehow. And that's just kind of all she wrote. You know, maybe pull out the Mastiff here would have been the play, right? As soon as you drill this, have the Mastiff out, would have probably did more damage up close versus trying to shoot the flatline. That's another thing, right? Weapon selection within the situation. So to me, that's another mistake, right? Let's look at one more game. I know we said we were going to look at one more game earlier, but let's look at another one, right? So, all right, RE45, bow check. Okay, now he's got a Mastiff, or not a Mastiff, but a flatline and bow. Okay, so let's look at this. So, great shots. Like I said, one thing DZ's been really good at, and I know you guys haven't really seen me be able to break down his video enough because he just hasn't played a lot. One thing you guys are really going to notice with him is he loves to use long-range weapons, right? He's really, really good with knowing that and knowing how to dial that in. Especially when he played on controller, or sorry, on mouse and key. Oh man, you gotta hit those, but and they lost that, right? And so, all right, so we'll stop it here. So, if you notice, right, a lot of these fights, you know, he lost these fights more so because one, just little mistakes, but two, because his teammates just weren't good enough to really be able to 1v3 or 1v2 situations, right? at this level, rightfully so, right? A lot of these guys are not good enough to be able to do that, and that's okay, right? That's where these guys are. But I make these videos because I'm trying to give the community who are at all levels to be able to get to a different level. So if you're at this level and you know this is you, you're not really able to really kind of break out of that silver gold lobbies and try to be better, you know, this is where I come in to try to help you see the game differently, help you see where this is better to do versus this, help you see, okay, this is how you view certain situations from a high tier player perspective so you can take it into your games. A lot of you guys don't really know what to do, what is the right thing to do and look for. That's where, like I said, I come in, my videos try to come in to help you. My goal is to try to be 1% of the individuals that are trying to help the community rise to a better level. Ultimately, it's going to make our games better when we play rank because we know we have teammates that are learning, that are growing, that are being better. It helps everybody. And so, you know, these are just little things that you can take within your games. Um, this is why you have to really become a better player because you can't rely on your teammates. You've seen it here in the last 2 to 3 games. You can't rely on your teammates, right? When it comes to a lot of things. When you start to get better and you start to establish friends and you start to get better teammates, then you can rely on them more. But you ultimately want to try to get to a place where you don't put the game in their hands. You want to be the determining factor as to why we won or why we lost this fight. More times than not, you want to win those fights. And so making the right decisions, taking your time, having the right loadout, and staying disciplined to what you know works, and do that every single time. Take that into your game, guys. I really appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you so much. I'm out. Peace.